also be off limits. Again, to our spectators, please take your seats. The lounge area will no longer be available for transit. It's strictly only for the competitors and the tech team.
Okay, I'll just introduce the comp first. Hello and welcome back to 2025 Lead Climbing Nationals. We are on the last leg of our event today, which is the men's elite category, featuring the 8 finalists from yesterday's qualies. So before anything, I would like to give a quick shout out to the sponsors of this event. So 8A Performance, Climbing Technology, Stacks Climbing, Uncle Bob's, Jacob's Well, and Tendon Ropes. Thanks as well to the venue partners, Climb Central Manila and Greenfield, Mandaluyong. And for last week's Nationals Bouldering event, Flow State in Pampanga. So here with me in the commentary box is another familiar voice in the climbing community. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, do you recognize that voice? Does it send chills down your spine? I am here with Miel Pahati.
Thanks for having me, Nikki, and hello to everyone who's
Yeah, thanks for
online
joining
and,
us.
viewing. Yeah.
So, Tito Miel, maybe you can introduce yourself to anyone here who might not know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Miel Pahati. I'm an OG climber.
OG?
I've been climbing
how OG is OG?
I've been climbing since the year 2000.
Year 2000, like the song.
Like the song.
Okay.
And yeah, I've tried to do as much climbing in the last 25 years, from competition, indoor, outdoor, bolting, deep water soloing. I've also been on the Scapi board, on the climbing board for a while, heading it as president over a few years. Also part of Climb Philippines. I'm the other half that runs it. So pretty much, you know, I like to say live and breathe of climbing. So having fun.
Yes. Yep. now. So you used to be a competition climber, right? So Tito Miel has actually competed in SEA Games in 2011. The last time that there was actually a lead climbing nationals in SEA Games, right?
Yes. Ano ba? Well, we started with nationals way back 2002 or 3. Again, like Ina mentioned earlier, doing lead. And then we transitioned to a lot of bouldering and doing the X Games and Asian Championships, World Championships, World Cups. So we were being sent to do World Cups. So yeah, just enjoying the whole experience of competition. There's lots of things to learn and do along the way, and mature as well. Like, things don't come to you off the bat. You really have to fail a lot and keep trying and find a solution. What works for you, what works for what the type of competition needs at that date and time, I'd say. There were many styles. So like now, even the styles now, it's very diverse, meaning every 2 years, I believe they change the setting styles for the World Cup, whether it's boulder or lead. No? So I think it's all a matter of adapting, and I enjoy watching the kids. So hello to Bakunawa Adventure and hi Alex.
So
here we go.
Tito Miel has a lot of competition climbing experience. So if you have any questions for him, you want some advice, looking for some tips, you can drop it in the chat. So for now, we are going to begin this round with observation period. So our 8 finalists are going to the front to observe the route for 6 minutes. They're sending us hearts. They're sending you hearts.
Thank you. I'm a newbie to this, so be nice. Shout out to
so-
all of the communities, Cebu, Iloilo, Davao, CDO, and I hope Martha's watching. Shout out to Australia if you are watching, and yeah, all the friends all over.
Yes, all over the world. Baka din may mga nag-review ng nationals in Hong Kong.
You want to talk about the finalists?
Members, can they get their energy?
Sure, let's talk about the finalists when they come out. They are about to go on the floor right now. So please welcome the men's elite finalists to the floor.
The energy of the crowd.
I know, the crowd is electric. So from left to right, that's Haymon Rodil, JJ Suson, Iman Mora, Unad Banawi, Dison, Pet Suson, Andrew Robles, and John Joseph, aka Pus Veloria.
So what I love about the set of finalists here is that you have some experienced climbers, some outdoor climbers, some very fresh new climbers like Heyman and Ilo, who's first-time finalist, I believe, for lead. And then you have the likes of course, John Joseph Veloria, who is in his prime, I believe, right now. And you have a veteran like Andrew, who's climbed even longer than me. He started, I believe, 2 years before me. So he's also a very well-experienced
Wow.
climber.
2 years before you
Yeah, he was
so
doing
in
a junior
1998.
Yeah, I believe it. So exciting to watch all of them and see how they tackle this route. It's a very flowy route. What I liked about it is that the first few clips really just allow you to get into the groove, give you that little bit of pump, test you a bit as it gets into the main head wall and get, a bit of your first few set of problems. And then as they tackle the tail end, it's an exciting finish where it turns into from a power to a delicate balancey finish.
Ooh.
So let's see who can keep their nerves and sort of feel it through and get to the top.
Yeah. So does that throw you off the transition from, for example, very powerful sequence going into a delicate sequence? Is that a difficult transition to make?
So I think it comes down to first how they read the route and how it settles in their minds how to execute. Because if their belief on how they read the route is pure and they've really it's sunk in, they can execute fairly well and not get thrown off by clipping positions, a bit of anxiety on the pump, because they know, okay, I'm going into the tough sections now. I need to bear down and prepare for the pump and keep moving one hold at a time. And all of this should be part of their visualization. So when they're out there, they're just enjoying it. I believe Ina said earlier, it's all about what you practice in training so that you're not really thinking on the wall, you're just flowing, enjoying the moves, enjoying your emotion, your self-talk. Because it's pretty quiet up there in your mind. It's just you and your mind. You kind of edge out the crowd.
Yeah.
And so all of that plays a part on whether you give into those tension, anxiety, and doubts. And those actually make you fumble.
Yeah.
Those make you, what do you call it, Elvis? The Elvis.
Yes, the
or
Elvis
the
leg. We love the Elvis leg. We've all seen and been a victim of the Elvis
or the
leg.
bat wing. So all of this is because, mentally how set you are. So there.
Yeah, you know what? I love that you mentioned the self-talk because I do a lot of that in lead, right?
Yeah.
I'm also really curious what is going through your head as you go through the route? Are you thinking thoughts? Are there words going through, or is it silent?
So for me, it was always, I had power words.
You had power
So
words, okay.
What my prior coaches would teach me is power words that you'd repeat to yourself when you know you're having a hard time or where you're, or even your face. If you start cringing in your face while you're climbing, it sets a tone to your body. So having a calm face, calm breathing, they all play a part into how good your climb will be.
Wow, okay.
So up to those details, it sets the tone for the body and
Oh, that's so interesting. Do you feel scared at all about the fall?
So that's why you read it properly, so that
Wait lang. Okay. Go on.
yeah. So the fear of falling, it's there. You recognize it,
Yeah.
but you also trust that what the setters have put up is safe. You know, and what the organizers have put up in terms of a route is safe. So it's more when you're there, you're not thinking about falling at any point. It's just one hold, one hold, one hold, and then it's like a roller coaster. If you fall, it's just like that downward,
Yeah.
and then you're back on the floor.
I see.
So the moment you think about falling, I'd say your chances of actually failing increase.
Increase.
I'd say like beyond 50%.
Yeah.
Because why is it in your mind at the point when all you're supposed to think is about where's that next hold?
Yeah.
Where's that next clip? Keep going, keep
Yeah.
going, rest, breathe, and then keep going again.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you're at the top. All of the tension goes away, and it's
Yeah.
such a good feeling. I couldn't compare where that emotion where it's turned to 10. The volume of emotion, it's like from 0 to 10 when you latch on to the top hold and you clip that and you hear the
Wow.
crowd.
Wow.
It's such a good sensation, and that's why it makes you want to do it again and again. For some athletes that have done it over a long period of time,
It's
you're chasing
addicting.
you're chasing that perfect climb.
Yeah.
It's not the win you're chasing, it's more that perfect climb where you unlocked everything or beta break the route setters ideas. For me, that was the fun part of it.
Yeah, actually, you know what? That's a really good point because in lead climbing, there really is a point when you can get into the flow state because it doesn't happen every time, right?
Yeah.
Like sometimes you're in a bad headspace, you're climbing and
Yeah.
you're thinking negative thoughts, you don't know why. But sometimes you do get that perfect moment when everything goes right. For some reason, suddenly the moves are a lot easier. Things that you thought you couldn't unlock before,
Yeah.
you could suddenly unlock, and that is really a great feeling to
Or
have.
on the flip side, you can also have a bad day,
Yeah.
but still get to win. And that is also a
Oh.
good sensation because even if you fumble the clip, you slip, and you recovered, and then you still get to do a good performance, and you take those days, and you go home and think about how you can do better, but you take it.
Yeah.
That's how it goes.
Right. Everything is a learning, right?
So here we go. They're going back
Hey.
into isolation.
Isolation. So observation period is over. All of the climbers are heading back to isolation. And then one by one, each of the climbers will come out to try this lead route. So what are your thoughts? Just before you come out, what are your thoughts before you come out on stage?
I always have a sort of clear mind coming out.
Okay.
I want to take in the crowd as well before I get to zone them out. So
Yeah.
as I'm going out, I'm looking at the crowd, waving
Yeah.
to friends, getting a good vibe,
Yeah.
and then zone them out as I start my 40-second review, and then just focus now on me and my climbing. So here we go. So I really want to shout out to the setters. They did a really good job, making sure the routes separate all the competitors, even from yesterday. And, I was working with them the last 2 days, and they've worked, I think they were working 7 to 10, 7 to 11 in the evening.
Yes, yes.
So shout out to the setting team and Nilo for leading it. I believe he's done a good job driving the team to make the right choices and setting up these routes.
Yes, there was a lot of good separation as well in the women's finals
Yeah.
for elite, right? So that is testament to the great route setting because good route setting means there's a lot of separation.
I think they were even it was being separated like by one hold
Yeah.
at a time. So it was good
Oh.
show seeing the women's finals, progressively getting up there and
Yes, that's what you like to see, right? The progression, between
and-
one climber to the next. So shout out to our route setters. Shout out to everyone here today who has made this possible.
our first climber, Haymon, he also got into the finals of the bouldering last
Yes,
weekend.
he did.
So
He did.
he recently became a dad. So I'm so happy for him with this, experience of getting into finals. He's a first-time finalist.
Oh, wow. So on the floor right now is Haymon Rodil. As Tito Miel mentioned, he is a first-time father and a first-time finalist
I
for
know.
Lead Nationals.
He is also a good moon boarder. He has a moon board at home.
Yes,
do.
and Haymon is also an impressive 6 feet tall, I believe.
Hello to Stan Fileo. Yes, we bring the rain. Hi, Mavit. Nice to see you.
So another interesting thing about this route is that it is a traverse to the left.
Yeah.
I'm curious because I'm right dominant. So would this be harder or trickier for people who are right dominant?
Clipping, yes, because you could be clipping always with your left hand in most scenarios in the beginning, so it creates more pump for one hand. But I think if you can balance it out and try to find ways around it, you can. Yeah, equalize it.
So Iman on the undercling.
So shout out to Beehive as well for lending all of these awesome holds. It's really good experience climbing on these volumes, with the open holds and a good friction. So thank you, Christoph.
Thank you, Christoph.
Ooh la la.
Oh no, early fall from Iman Rodil. So an early fall from Iman.
I'm excited to see Chico Pase join the elite next year. I actually watch that.
So Chico Pase, who is Chico Pase?
Chico Pase is one of the, I'd say, OG climbers from Davao, maybe second generation climber. And he's now coaching, I think coaching in the Boulder 24 gym where we recently had the YWF last month.
Oh, Boulder 24, that's the one in Davao, right?
So he's coaching the kids there, and welcome back to the scene. He also disappeared for a while. I was happy to see him. So.
We love to see a comeback.
Okay, next one up. Oh, it's the Crimp God. I was watching the other day with the live stream. You kept mentioning Crimp God.
Yes. So JJ Suson is Crimp God JJ on Instagram. So Crimp God or JJ is from Cebu, as his shirt says. So I believe you've known JJ for a while as well.
Great representation from the Cebu team. Awesome to see them, consistently getting into finals, and Tulisa winning. So here we go with another one with a lot of experience. The brothers, the Suson brothers.
Yes, the Suson brothers. So an interesting thing about this final set is that two brothers both made it to finals, JJ and Pets.
And I believe they've been crushing it outdoors and with sending 8B routes, 8A pluses. So happy to see them in finals.
Okay, so Crimp God clipping the first quick draw.
I had an interesting conversation the other day with one of the younger climbers and said that if you finish 8A in the outdoors, you should be winning. And I was like, that isn't really the case.
Right.
Most of the times when you're competing, the level goes down from what you're maxing out on the outdoors.
Right.
Maybe it goes down to 7A, 7B. So the difficulty isn't as high, but it's all because you have one shot.
Yes.
You're not, on the holes, not all of the holes. So it needs more precision, and you don't actually use everything of your strength.
Yeah. You know what? That's very true because on-sighting is a very different scale from projecting. So some people are really good at projecting. Some people are also really good under pressure. So it's really two completely different contacts. Oh, and a fall, unexpected fall from JJ. But a great belay.
Good job by the belayers as
Great
well.
belay. Nice catch.
Awesome catch. So sad to see. I
Yeah.
think he was very composed,
Yeah.
but yeah, we have
An
to.
unfortunate slip, right? Those do happen.
I think. Yeah.
Okay, so JJ Suson. Up next, we have Iman Mora, who also competed in last week's bouldering nationals.
Also, I think he just became a dad a few months ago
Yes,
as well. So
and,
another part
Our
of the
new
daddy
dad.
group.
Oh,
So-
yeah.
So Popoy.
You can make a club.
Yeah, Popoy, me,
Haymon.
Haymon, and Iman. Ayan, we've all gotten kids.
Iman. Yeah. Has climbing changed for you now that you are a father?
Yes, actually, I took a step back. I took a step back from climbing when I had my daughter Clara. So I disappeared for like 2 years. Didn't climb.
At all? Zero?
Yeah, it was pretty much. And then I
Wow.
came back half of the pandemic. And slowly. Yeah.
So on the floor now is Iman Mora.
So
Did you-
Iman is more a boulder, but he gets by with his power, no, on this lead route. So
Oh, I
let's see
see.
what he'll do today, and hopefully we'll have a good climb from him and see a good show, no?
Yeah. Did you guys also compete with each other back in the day?
Yes, so I gave Iman a hard time. I made sure I
Oh.
stuck to staying number one until I couldn't. So.
How
wanted
how
him to
many
earn
years?
it.
How many years was
I
that?
think I made it hard for him for at least 2 years.
For at least 2
before
years.
Finally relinquishing it, and then sort of came back, and then yeah. So yeah, for me, over the years, that's one thing I enjoyed. I had competition. Like when I was starting, there were a lot of young climbers that were very good, and I had to chase them, and that made me want to become better. It's like not just becoming better by yourself, but also to, And then after that, it was trying to beat the newer set of younger climbers. Case in point, Iman.
Yeah. Wow. That's very cool.
Because I also had like they were already a national team before I started, so I was looking up to sila Simon Sandoval, Nana Araneta, a few of these older climbers who were joining World Cups already and doing 8A plus outdoors. So all of them set the tone for me of how far I should go. And from there, after that, it was more, what now can I do to push it further? So it's that progression, and I hope we can do that with this set of new athletes.
Yes, I'm sure these guys are serving as an inspiration as well for the current generation of climbers. Oh, beautiful
Oh, good.
drop knee.
Awesome. Good clipping position there from Iman.
Very smart climbing from Iman. Looking smooth.
Here we go. Okay, Iman looking really composed. See, all this nothing. Oh, he's got it.
And
Very nice.
slick. A very slick and accurate jump to the next move.
Very nice.
Very, very nice.
Here we go. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
Iman's got some crazy crimp
Look
strength,
at
so I'm
that.
sure.
Wow. Amazing. An amazing match on that tiny crimp.
There we go. Oh.
Beautiful. Oh,
Here we
beautiful.
go. Very nice.
Okay, good clipping. So those are those slopers, Tito Miel? Yes, engaging the crowd. We love it. I don't know if you can hear the crowd right now. We are all chanting for Iman to get this top. So it looks like Iman is in the last section of this route. Delicate.
Okay, so he's forgotten to clip.
Oh, he has forgotten to clip the last route. The last quick draw.
So there'll be a technical
There
incident.
will be a technical issue. Okay,
Okay,
so
there'll be a technical incident because he didn't
Yes.
clip one of the draws.
yes, that's right.
Let's wait for the judges.
Yeah, let's wait for the judges. to give feedback on that call. So for the people who are not aware of the rules for lead climbing, you need to clip all of the quick draws in the correct sequence. Otherwise, it's a disqualification. So would he be disqualified or will he just
So
be
I believe
counted until the last?
he will be given a point near that draw.
Near the last
The judges
draw.
should make a call where.
I see. Okay.
I won't say, but yeah.
I
Technically, up to the foot. When your foot is by the draw, that's up to the last point.
Okay.
So
got
let's
it.
wait for the judges to give
Yes. We will wait for the judge's decision.
Again, it was a good climb. He was able to
Yes.
top it.
He was able to top it. He was just too much in his flow state. He
Yeah.
totally missed out on the last quick draw. Second to the last quick draw. So has that ever happened to you, Tito Miel? Have you ever missed a quick draw during a competition?
More a Z-clip than a
nag-Z-clip ka
missing.
na rin,
So,
yeah.
but a Z-clip, you can correct it.
Good job from Iman though. Iman showing us that this route is toppable.
At least it's giving us a good show.
Oh yeah, this is
A lot
making
of-
things very spicy. Okay, so Iman Mora is done. We are gonna welcome our next climber to the floor.
But he read it very, very well. So good job to Iman.
He did. And when he realized that his initial reading, the move was uncomfortable, he quickly adjusted and found the right body positioning. Okay, so welcome to the floor, Unad Banawi.
So Unad's one of our resident setters around Metro Manila. Goes around to set boulders and also an instructor in Power Up Tandansora. I believe he placed third here in the last national.
Yes, he did, and he also Z-clipped. Do you
And he
remember that?
also
Speaking of Z-clips.
On the pockets. It was the pink pockets on
Yes.
the left.
But he
Yeah.
was able to correct his Z-clip as well and podium still.
I believe, he was in the top 3. I can't remember.
Yeah, I think he placed third, I
Yeah.
think.
So you can see he's so comfortable with the volumes because he sets a lot with it. He knows where to position, how to adjust his center of gravity around it, and very, very comfortable.
Yeah, that's definitely an advantage, being very familiar with the holds. Unad making the third clip. So I believe Unad also started climbing in TS when he was still very young, right? Just a little,
He used to just hang out outside the gym.
yeah,
He
oh.
was playing in the streets until they were asked to come in and just climb, and later on became instructors. And now here we have them in the national level.
Yeah. So that's Unad's villain origin story. So here he is
So he
now.
grew up with PJ, who's one of the setters, and also a national youth team before, and Jigs.
And
so the three
Jigs.
of them grew up in the gym. Yeah.
Unad on the crimp,
Very nice.
looking very strong. Moving on to the next hold. Looking for maybe a safer way. Oh! Unfortunate fall.
A bit of indecision.
Yeah, it was
Wasn't sure what to do.
Yeah, he
where to go.
hesitated.
Yeah.
He hesitated a little bit. Yeah, those are one of the pitfalls of hesitating, right? So
So time on the wall is also critical. So if you're stuck in one part and you're not sure where to put your weight, so you're burning energy. And the quicker decisions, the faster the movement, the faster you get up the wall, it's all to your advantage. So yeah.
Okay, so that's it for Una.
Down to the last 4.
Yeah, we're down to the last 4 climbers now. And so far we've seen one top. Unfortunately, the top didn't count, so will we see another one? Next up on the floor. Next on the floor is Ilo Dison.
Younger brother of.
Aika Dison. There seems to be a pattern to their names.
So these two have really made their impact on the scene. They have a moon board at home. I believe Aika also does OCR, and Ilo is a strong moon boarder, has strong fingers, and he's also, I think has a good ape index. As you can see, he's very tall and lanky, and so lots of potential for him in the next coming years.
Yeah, and Ilo's still very young, isn't he?
I believe he just graduated college yesterday.
He did. That was, He topped the route yesterday, and that was his graduation present.
And then he went straight to the graduation, I believe.
That is dedication. That is work-climb balance.
And he's also known for climbing without rock shoes.
Oh, yes.
So I was climbing with him, doing sessions, and he would do it just with bare feet. He's emulating that French climber.
Charles. Yeah, he is the Charles of Manila.
Pretty unique climber as well. So.
Okay, so Ilo getting a start on this finals route.
So it's good to see a brother-sister tandem.
Oh, yes.
Right? There you go.
They probably challenge each other a lot since they both climb.
That's true. Oh, I didn't see the 2 jibs. Yeah, he made his own way.
I see.
See, there are 2 very small jibs.
Yeah, there are 2 very small jibs on the left that he missed out on.
So, but again, climbers will make their own way the way they see it. So.
Also possible that maybe he just felt more comfortable putting his feet on larger holds.
Yeah. Awesome.
Very smooth from Ilo. Okay, just fixing the rope, a bit of rope management.
Nice, very, very efficient clipping position there. Let's see what he's gonna do next.
Yeah, let's see. He saw the next quick draw and realized maybe. Oh no, okay, so he is gonna go for the crimp before he clips.
Let's go, Ilo. Here we go.
Okay, Ilo looking still smooth.
The climbers are making their decision where to go.
Yep. Okay, so it looks like a bit of a hesitation as well from Ilo.
There is a jib on the left-hand side of that hold. I don't know if they see it on the live stream.
Yeah.
But on the volume, there is a hold on the left side.
Yeah.
They can actually throw.
Yeah. Still good climbing from Ilo.
Wanna shout out to Mix Del Rosario, gym manager and OG climber of CCM. He's in the crowd.
He has 2 cats at home. Okay, so 3 more climbers to go. Our next climber is Pet Suson, so the younger brother of the earlier competitor JJ, aka Crimp God.
Pet's also joined the Asian Youth in Singapore in 2017.
Oh, really?
He was in the team with Gerald and Paul Verosil,
Paul Verosil,
Verosil
yes.
brother.
So Pets has been climbing since he was a wee
little
little boy.
And I'm so happy to see him still on it, and I'm sure we'll see more from him in the next few years. And
so Pet Suson, I know.
so would you say it's always the youngest brother who's the best?
Who other brothers are you thinking of?
There were 3. They had 3. So he's the youngest, so he's the one who has experienced it all. I'd say.
That's true. Well, we'll see because Pets and JJ, they seem to take turns kasi last year, diba, JJ was podium. He podiumed for nationals last year,
Yeah.
and Pets didn't make it.
Now he's coming.
Now.
Last weekend he finished third
Yeah.
for Boulder, and he's
Yeah.
here now. So yeah.
Yeah, so maybe now this is his year. Climbing with your siblings, huh? Maybe Aika and Ilo should go against JJ and Pets in a family feud.
So at least it's very much a family affair, which is
Yeah.
good for the community as well.
Will it bring them together or will it tear them apart?
Here we go. So as you can see, he's a bit more tense through this section, trying to make sure he handles the volumes very well. And he maximizes the use of the footholds.
Pets, I know, sent his first 8A at a very young age.
I think it was White Flower, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, White Flower.
In Cantabang.
Okay, so beautiful dynamic move from Pets. He seems to be easing into the route a little bit more. Not looking as tense as in the beginning.
Thinking what to do here.
Hesitating a little bit, but getting it. Displaying some core strength. Oh, looks like he's gearing up for the next hold, but he still has a quick draw. Okay. Oh, and Pets broke the door. Pets broke the door.
Brought down the house.
He
Can
brought
we say
down
that?
the
Pets has
house.
brought down the house,
He has
everybody.
brought down the house. Miggs is shrugging his shoulders. I'm not sure how he feels.
We will have a technical break just to fix the door.
Technical break.
Pets has brought down the house, literally
Yes.
breaking down the door.
Our tournament director is scrambling to pick up the door.
I've seen, to be honest, in 2004, I've seen a broken panel in a World Cup lead.
Oh, broken panel. Okay.
So the climber fell and broke the panel.
Oh, no.
And they had to replace the panel.
In
And they
the
had to-
middle.
yeah, it was in China. It was a lead World Cup, lead boulder. So you never know what you're gonna get with these competitions.
That is just to say that this happens. And our organizers are well equipped to handle any unforeseen circumstances.
If you
such
can
as
screw a
this.
volume on the wall, you can screw a door.
Oh yes,
It shouldn't be a problem
easy,
for our setters.
easy. Miggs is watching them.
shout
He's not
out to the
sure
setters.
if he should intervene. Should he oversee the management of this door replacement?
It just needs a couple of screws. So they have to screw it. You can't have a climber fall through it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So they really have to screw it back on because the next climbers can't fall through the gap.
Yes.
So you have to make sure the door is sealed and
That would
installed
be a
properly
hazard.
first.
Hopefully the next
the
climber
safety of
doesn't
our climber.
break through this door as well, though.
Else they'll have to screw it back on again.
Yeah, every time.
Or they can jam it first with some bolts.
Or there could be a climber behind just waiting.
I believe it's a first for CCM.
Yes, first for CCM.
We've been banging on that door since 2016.
Yes.
It hasn't broken.
So a memorable finals
For
for
sure.
Pets for sure.
So back to a setting break.
Yeah, back to a setting break. We're just sorting this out.
So gives our live stream viewers time to breathe, relax, enjoy the show.
Yes, we have 2 more climbers.
I mentioned it. Sorry.
Junior X Games champion in 2000.
So next climber up, we have Drew. Just some fun facts. He was the champion of the 2000 Junior X Games in Asia. So that put them up on the newspaper back in 2000, and it was really a golden era sort of phase that Philippines was, getting into podium finishes in the international scene. And I believe that it was my first year of climbing in 2000 when I saw them, getting this hype. So they would come into the gym like him and the sister Christine, because they were both in the national team, and there was always like a hype when they'd come to the gym to train. And I remember it was my 1 year. I was 1 year in, like seeing, so it's like, oh nice, maybe I'll get to do that someday. Hindi starstruck naman, but I'd be like, I want to do that. Same with all the national athletes when they'd come to train, because there was a night where they would train lead or boulder. And if you're a newbie, you'd watch them. So you'd see how they train.
So you could only watch, you could not participate in their
training. I couldn't train with them,
Okay.
so I wasn't on the national team yet.
Yeah, were you taking notes?
Yeah,
Do you have a little notebook?
Just training on the side, watching them, and then week on, week out, and then the year after, I dreamed to be, at least finish in the top 5. And in my first season out, again, I got into, I think, top 2 in my first season. So it set the bar pretty high for me. A lot of pressure immediately, like, next year you should be 1 already.
Wow.
But it took me 3 years to get the first place. I was second for 3 years, overall for 3 years. So
Who would get first place? Who would be getting first place?
I believe in those times it was Dennis Diaz.
Dennis Diaz.
Was also in his prime. There was a young one, Iggy Boy Lagda.
Oh, okay.
He was kicking our asses for a while. He was so young and so forward at the time, and just topping all the routes on the finals.
Right.
And so those were good training grounds for athletes to like step up and come in and really have a hard time. I think I also don't like it if you're won easily.
Right.
You get it too easy.
Too
you don't
easy,
value
it gets
it.
boring, yeah.
I like it that you've worked and you've trained and you've gotten a lot of experiences. So
That's right.
yeah, and so here we go. I
So
think
update, the door seems to be fixed. It seems to be back in place. Drew Robles is also part of the Climber Dads Club.
oh yeah,
Right?
forgot to mention. Welcome, Drew. We have the Daddy Company
nauna
group.
nga si Drew. Hindi ba siya nauna? Or was it you guys? Nauna si Drew.
Raya is 2 months older or 3 months
Then
older.
Clara.
And Clara.
And
Popoy
Clara
and
is
my daughter, they're 1 day apart.
1 day apart.
Feb 16 or 2, maybe Feb 18, Feb 16.
Destined to be friends. Destined to make the next girl group in climbing.
Yeah, shout out to Iggy Boy. And yes, Master Chi always had a hangover. So yeah, I remember the other day someone also came up to me like the climbing scene's growing and like it's bigger than before, and I'm like, not really. Before we would have the whole of the town watch us in finals.
Wow.
In the middle of Dumaguete and Boracay in